What is up, guys? So last time I made a video, I was demonstrating how to record audio in Audacity and the different type of lenses I used for my Canon T6 Rebel. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use Adobe Premiere Pro 2020, if you have the subscription or that you didn't pirate it, and I'm going to show you how to make basic edits and possibly how to make your own music video, short film, anything you want to make through color correction, editing, and audio editing. Let's get started. So pretty much to start out, you have four windows, 1, 2, 3, and 4. The first window is your source clip monitor. The second one is your program sequence monitor. This one is your timeline source monitor. And this one is for your bins/audio files, and this is what I like to call the project source monitor. So pretty much this displays all the files that you're working with, and I like to think of bins. These are bins. I like to think of these bins as many files that you're holding, or many folders that you're holding your files in. So for B-roll, let's see, I want to go to guitar. So those were two folders I went through, and now I have my files within each bin. So then now going to my full project. Let's just say I want to go to my music. So I go straight to my music, and here are the music files. Here's the file within the bin, and now I can look through all of my music. So next thing is, when you are putting your content all together to your timeline, you want to make sure that you have an in and an out point in your source monitor. So with that being said, you want to enter I for in on your keyboard, and then whatever your output is going to be, press O to enter your output. And then you would drag see that wave icon, you would drag just your audio, which is the wave, onto your timeline. Except I'm not going to do that because I have everything as it is, all set. So, but all together, when you put all your segments, video footage, audio files together, edit them well, then you pretty much combine them all into an entire sequence, which is put on your timeline. So here's the difference between a sequence and a timeline. A timeline is this whole window right here. It has your 4 main video and audio channels. You can always add more video channels if you wish. So with your timeline, you are adding segments such as audio and video files. And when you put all of these audio and video files together, that creates a sequence. And so the sequence is different from the timeline because the timeline is the source monitor itself, while the sequence is everything combined, all your segments and audio combined to create on the timeline. So when I was first creating the project, I, for one, press Control B, and I created multiple bins. Let's just say backyard. So when I was first creating this music video, I started off by creating different bins: B-roll, singing inside, online streaming, music, outro, singing outside, blah, 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 blah. And this is my entire sequence that I created, which is this entire thing right here. But when I was creating these bins, I was thinking to myself, okay, I've edited so many music videos, and in each time I'm editing a music video, I tend to get lost and I'm trying to find a certain video or audio track, and it's not organized, and it takes me forever to find it, and therefore I'm wasting time by looking for that segment/file, or just looking for that file, and then 5 minutes have passed, I finally found it, I'm like, oh geez, now I'm just wasting more time. So this time I wanted to organize all of my content/files in an order that is more organized and where I can find it much faster. So for my B-roll, I put plants because I recorded some plants for the beginning shots. I go back to B-roll, and then I went to my street because I recorded some street shots in my neighborhood, especially some flowers and bushes, plants and all that, because I thought it'd be a nice touch. And then I also went to guitar because I got some shots/footage of me on my couch playing my guitar. And that was all B-roll because it was just access footage to make the time go by, plus of just cool shots. And then singing inside, there were some shots of me singing inside The glass window is one of my favorites. And I put singing inside because there are 3 different areas which I was singing inside. So then let's go back to singing inside. My couch, I was singing right here on my couch. Glass window, singing inside. Calling crush. I just titled it that because I thought it was a funny ring to it. But I was pretty much, calling my make-believe crush on the couch. And I do have a girlfriend, guys. I just wanted to add the crush thing in because I thought it would be funny. And so then let's just say music. I didn't create any specific bins for the music because there's only 3 files and I knew exactly which one to pick from because I'd been working on the music file for a long time. Quarantine Song Style Nickelback _2. And I know this is the one with auto-tune because I worked on it for such a long time. So there's your input, your output. I would drag the audio onto the timeline. And then in the way of my footage, let's just say, what was my first clip? I had the first clip of a flower, a plant. So I went to my B-roll, went to plants, and let's just say, yeah, here we go. So I'm gonna press Shift-I, that brings you straight to your input, whatever you're editing, and that source monitor. So then I was just looking through the footage and I'm thinking, okay, I'm kind of moving the camera around because honestly, I didn't think I was going to use this footage for the music video. I just saw the flowers and I thought they looked beautiful, so I wanted to get some good B-roll footage of them. But that's the beautiful thing about B-roll. You can use them for whatever kind of project you want and you never know what you're going to use them for. So it's always important to get it. As you notice, there's not much shift within the camera movement. It's nice and steady. It's not on a tripod or anything. It's not a static shot. It's definitely hand moving. But I decided to keep it for just a little bit, so then I dragged it onto my timeline. And also, if you want to zoom in or zoom out of your timeline, just simply click on that window, that source window, and then hit the plus or equal button on your keyboard, and it brings you into your timeline. Then press the minus to zoom out, plus, tap it multiple times to zoom in, the minus button to zoom out. So I would pretty much zoom into my timeline, and I wanted the music to start out first, and then you have your plants, more plants, me singing, and da-da-da-da. So let's watch the first few seconds of my music video.
Look at this quarantine and everybody online streaming. My friends are hoping to get through school, but online school feels like a useless tool, and now I'm stuck inside.
So yeah, pretty much everything you're seeing from video footage to audio, pretty much the same audio segment throughout the entire thing because it's one song. But yeah, using multiple different video segments to put on my timeline and creating an entire sequence that turns into a music video. And that's pretty much the gist of it. Of course, when I recorded this content, it wasn't this specific color. It was a warmer color, and so I went into color correction right here, and I adjust. As you can see, I have the segment highlighted and selected. So as you can see here, I adjusted the exposure, the contrast, highlight, shadows, whites, blacks, everything. So I went to creative, did a little bit of adjustment there. And the most important thing that changed the color of this image, as I would say, the highlights. I changed the highlights a lot, well, not too much, but I pretty much wanted to I was wanting to push away from the warm color temperature that was in this shot, and I just wanted to make it look natural because honestly, my skin color looked too warm, very orange, like a pumpkin. Not too much like a pumpkin, but you get the idea. So I just wanted to make everything look more natural. And so yeah, I did that. That was the color correcting, and then I would go to my effects, and I added a few effects for my audio. There are different effects you can use. All the effects right here. Usually, I'm working on a short film called The Director's Always Right, and I've been using the graphic equalizer, 10 bands, 20 bands, and 30 bands. And what you can do is select the audio track and double click it, and then there it is. It arrives in your effects controls in that source monitor. I'm going to delete that though because I'm not going to use it. or you can simply just drag and drop. Yep, simple as that. And there are presets that come with it and everything else, but that's for a different video if you guys are interested in learning how to use audio effects in your music videos or any kind of short films you're wanting to make in the future. But that is pretty much just a brief explanation on how I made my music video using Adobe Premiere Pro. As you can imagine, this is, how long is this video? It's 3 minutes, something long. But still, it took a lot of time to get all the shots together, and one mistake I made when recording my music video was not singing, not using my voice when I was actually recording the footage, because I would have to guess what I was saying sometimes. In a music video, obviously you should already have the music pre-recorded, everything is done, or you have the music in the background when you're recording the footage, unless you're a YouTuber that, or a person that just likes to create music and record the footage at the same time, which that's okay. It's just, it takes more time and a lot more work. You can just simplify the process by recording your audio and then recording the footage separately. But anyway, yeah, I did not sing, and therefore I had to just watch my lips as I was editing this video, and it was kind of frustrating, honestly, but I'm a patient guy. I went along with the process and I eventually got it to where I wanted to. And, that's the thing about editing, guys. It's a time-consuming process. Look at that face. I love that face. It's a time-consuming process. That pretty much explains how I feel about editing sometimes, especially in After Effects. But yeah, if you guys really like this video, please make sure to subscribe and click that bell so you can get more notifications from me down the road. Please like this video if it really helped you, and share with your friend if your friend is looking for an Adobe Premiere Pro tutorial that will teach them how to use video editing softwares. And I mean, there's not only Adobe Premiere Pro, there's also Final Cut, there's Avid Media Composer, although I don't use Avid as much. I'm not that big a fan of it, but I might learn it a little bit more down the road. So yeah, DaVinci is another one too. And it's free too. DaVinci is a free one. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Comment your thoughts, let me know anything you learned, and I look forward to hearing from you guys shortly. So see you for next video. Bye-bye.